I do the impossible, impossible.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Tennessee Titans. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from Nashville. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
56, Lux 56.
Right to the air is Willis. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Draymond Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. This defense for the Broncos, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
57 is the mic, Mark 57.
Cooper, the man in motion left.
Warrior 70.
Check, Mike 57, Mike 57.
3rd down, it's Willis. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
Let's show them how to play football. Let's go.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Throwing is Wilson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd down now, Cash. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson rolling to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, in the direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Willis now off play action. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Moore, the man in motion.
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Down inside the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw there into the hands of Ross. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Broncos. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback. And they begin at the 25.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. There's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Cash. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
The Titans are 12-4 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A first down carry for Henry. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Now they'll look to Willis to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now Willis to throw.
And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 19. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Up the middle they go. It's Stevens. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Willis, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And so the last 3 drives, you've got 2 interceptions and a fumble. I think we know why they're losing right now.
Without question, and we've seen the evidence, just what you talked about there. If they take care of the football, number one, maybe they're not having this deficit, and number 2, maybe they actually have the lead.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Play action. It's Wilson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at about the 14.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Ready? 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
57 Hey, come on,
Last play of the half, Willis.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
60 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down, Cash. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Third down, Cash. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll run on first down. Cash. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 34-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Cash. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 34 yards.
And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game. Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game.
Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Almost special. Almost special.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
No, no, no. Shit, shit, shit.
On 2nd down now. Cash. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. 33 yards.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
169 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Cash. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right.
He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Caleb Farley there on the tackle.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
On 3rd down. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Brandon Eccles.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick-6 as we now have a brand-new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right.
That's going to be caught by Judy. So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. middle they go. Cash. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On first down, Cash. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson sliding. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Willis and the Titans
At their own 42. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Willis.
Oh, wide open, complete. And it's a Titans touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th.
Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Cash
to about the 40-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown. And not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's...
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
201 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. On the move to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now Wilson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Throwing now is Wilson. Going for the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson.
His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking like the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
Up the middle they go. Cash. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Broncos,
they earned one final victory and finished the regular season at 13-4.
And now